All right, folks, I wanted to explain kind of what is going on with this project in case you're kind of confused and I'm not around. Like you're looking at this at home if you're gone for the day, and just I like to explain stuff. Some of the bigger projects on YouTube as well, so you know what's to be expected of you. You as a group are going to be giving me student news interviews, okay? So you're going to create a news interview to examine an ethical issue that's going to be associated with a contemporary war, a contemporary military conflict within like the last 30 years. What I'm going to consider contemporary on this one. Within your groups, you've got to have at least these 4 roles. You need a reporter, an outside expert, a victim, and then the perpetrator. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be giving a news-style interview, like a morning news show where you're going to be sitting down. The reporter is going to be the ones asking questions. Okay, so you're going to create interview questions. You're going to ask them to the other people you're going to be interviewing. You need an outside expert. It's going to be an unbiased analysis of the topic at hand. You're going to give analysis on what war crimes might have been committed, what ethical issues might have been committed, and the reasoning for doing so. Okay, you're going to give an unbiased account of what's going on. The victim is going to be the person who is negatively impacted by the event. Okay, you're going to be the ones who are explaining, this is what happened, this is why this was unfair, we were treated poorly because of this, this is wrong. You're going to probably have a little bit of anger towards the perpetrator. The perpetrator is going to be the one who's committing the ethical violation. You're going to be explaining why that your group did this, why you feel this was just, and why you feel like you did nothing wrong. You need to be explaining that. Now, some of these are going to be complicated. That does not mean you actually have to agree with the position. I just want you to try to see the other side of what is going on here, and try to understand where other people are coming from. Yes, they're going to be committing crimes, doing things that are very wrong. I want you to understand their rationale and why they did that. If we can understand why people do stuff, we can help prevent things like this from happening again in the future. So among your group, you're going to decide and develop this interview, not just the reporter. The reporter is simply the one who's going to ask the questions, but the outside expert, the victim, and the perpetrator should all know what's going to be going on and happening within this. You need to play the role of your parts. If you were a reporter, you need to act like you were a news reporter. You need to ask hard-hitting questions. Make sure you keep the interview on time. You're going to have a 4-minute maximum on this. After 4 minutes, I am cutting you off so that everyone has a chance to go. Make sure you get your 4-minute maximum. You as a reporter are kind of the timekeeper. You're going to have that time. After 4 minutes, the interview is over. So if you don't have a chance to talk to everyone, you're off the air. You need to make sure you have that taken care of. Outside expert, you need to make sure you are not biased. You need to understand what's going on and try to see things from both point of views. Victim, okay? You need to talk like you're the victim of this incident that happened. You're not going to be talking very kindly to the perpetrator. You're going to be respectful still, but you, because we need to be doing that in school, but you need to be kind of taking the role of the victim, understanding what happened. You should feel hurt and act as if you were hurt. Perpetrator, you need to be taking this as if you did nothing wrong and explaining exactly why you did what you did, or why your group that you're a part of did what your group that you're a part of did. Play the role as if you were actually that person. As you go through this, you need to explain the following stuff. Sorry, I got going a little bit quick down on here, okay? You need to explain to me, number one, what happened. You want to explain the scenario of what went on. Probably the best person to be doing this would be the outside source, okay? So the reporter is going to ask, okay, we're talking about the Rwanda genocide. So-and-so, explain what happened here. When did this take place? Okay, you want to make sure that we all know the dates that when this happened. So for Rwanda genocide, hey, we're talking about the Rwanda genocide in 1994, and here's what really happened right here. Talk about where it took place, okay? In Rwanda, you need to know where this took place. How did it happen? What were the events that allowed for this individual war crime to actually happen and to take place at this time period? You also need to explain why it happened. What was the reasoning for this individual event happening? What was the reasoning that people gave for doing this? Was there some long-seated tensions in the past? What caused this to happen? What ethical issues arose? Okay, look at that just war theory and those 6 different things. What issues arose here? Was it a legitimate source declaring war? Was it a rogue group? Was there just retaliation? Yes or no, and explain that. Explain who played a role. What are the individuals that are taking a role in this? Okay, was there a certain leader of organization playing a role in this? Explain who did that. You want to explain how this event has, or explain how was this event that happened similar to events that had happened in the past. So maybe there's going to be a genocide, that something like this has happened before. I want you to explain to me how this is similar to something that had happened previously in the past. Additionally, I want you to be able to explain what can be done to prevent this from happening again. The goal of history is to understand what happened in the past and how we don't make the same mistakes again. I want you to explain to us what happened, or how can we prevent this from happening again. And finally, when you do this, you need to turn in a works cited page done in MLA format. So make sure you have that works cited page, just simply telling me where you got information from. Make sure that it is in correct format. Different topics you can talk about are all listed right here. It's going to be first come, first serve on this one. So the first group that would like to pick, okay, will be able to choose the Rwanda genocide or whatever they want. Okay, Rwanda genocide happens in 1994. Be able to look at that one. Be careful looking at some of the images. You're going to see a lot of really gruesome stuff, especially on this one, but really with all of them. Coney and the Lord's Resistance Army, make sure you're talking about Coney himself, not the movement in 2002 that kind of failed massively. Siege of Aleppo, okay, this has to do with the Syrian civil war. You'll be talking about that. Rohingya crisis going on currently over in Myanmar, Burma. Be able to explain kind of what's going on here. The Darfur crisis was in the mid-2000s. Be able to talk about that. Tibet is going on currently between the People's Republic of China and the people in Tibet, and then ethnic cleansing in Serbia in the 1990s. You're going to give a 4-minute maximum researching one of these. So first thing you need to do, okay, is get into your groups and then start breaking this down, okay, picking the topic, figuring out what you would like to be doing, who's going to be playing what individual role in this, and then start doing the research on this. Make sure if you're the outside expert, you have an unbiased account and know exactly what took place during this event. If you're the victim, make sure you know exactly what took place in this event from the standpoint of the person or the group that was targeted. The victim and perpetrator, make sure you understand exactly why this was going on. Perpetrator, the reporter, make sure that you know what these people are going to be saying. Make sure you're doing the research that helps with your individual thing. When did it take place? Who played a role? Okay, the ethical issues that arise. Make sure you have all that and know what's going on. Okay, I am going to let you pick your own groups. That is important to make sure you know that. However, with that being said, make sure that you are picking someone that you can work with. If you know someone's not going to work, that is going to be a problem. We cannot do that. So make sure that everyone's going to be working together on this. I will let you pick your own groups on that. It's going to be a group grade though on as well. So make sure you have that taken care of. We will be presenting these on the final class period of this week. Again, any questions, please get a hold of me. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day.